Welcome back on my channel and to the final week 13 of building a 5th army base. In today's episode, we finally put on the roof of the base and also add some final details to the build. There will be a gunship landing platform on top of the base, and this beautiful gunship designed by Dorian Brigton from the 5th Battle Pack is the model I will be using. First step before we can put the roof on is to fill out these roofs of the protective position to the final height of the base. You can see how I'm building it up step by step to match the height of the final roof. The roofs of the protective positions are finished, not the final height of the roof for the base, but you can remove all of them, and I basically built two types. Every second of them is the same type. As you can see here, they are fully removable, which helps to put in figures later on. This means now we can get to the next step where we have to make everything the same level in order to put the roof on. And this part of building, and especially the whole mock, was so part consuming that I have to do a little trick in order to make the roof with my kind of parts I have left. So all you see now is basically a preparation of the structure below the kind of illegal building techniques I have planned. And here you can see the result. It is finished. I tiled it off on top to easily remove the roof if I have to put figures on, turn the light on, whatever. But yeah, the final preparations are done. So now I show you what I planned and we see if it worked out. As you can see, I'm using these 48 x 48 large gray base plates, and I will need 4 of them for the roof. As you can see here in the back part, I have to build this structure up so I have more hold for the 4th plate, and yeah, that works out pretty well here. And later on I will connect all these pieces here in the middle to solve the issue you can see here with them not being aligned perfectly. So let's start with the time lapse of the first segment here. The first segment is finished, and this is the left front part of the roof. So I'm now building the right part, and here you can see both of them being very similar. One is left, one is right. This is where the AV7 cannons will stand on, and this is how it looks when it's on the base, and I think that works out perfectly. Now we still have 2 more segments to go, so let's work on the next one. And I've decided to actually build both of them off cam, and here you can see the result, and this was very time consuming. These 2 segments have thousands of parts in them, and I'm so glad that these are finished now finally. The roof is now finally finished. This was really the last big project before we can end the series, so now we just have to add some minor details to the roof, to the base rooms and also to the outside of the base. So let's start with that and then we can finally work on the minifigures for the finale. And while we edit here with the roof, we start with the roof, adding some lights. Let's go. So now you can see the roof is basically finished building wise. Minifigures and vehicles will be on top, and here you can see in the middle I also connected the large base plates together, so now there's no issue in the middle of them. Next minor detail I will add is these tactical lights here up front for the sniper positions and guns. And this is the finished upfront lighting. So you can see here I have these fully movable lights built on 8 times for the front of the wall. Let's add the last details for the inside of the base. And we're gonna start with the smallest section here, the medical area of the base. And this is the look of it now with minifigures. I think that looks great. We got a Camino in here and also Omega and some 501st clone trooper. Also a squad of 4 clone troopers guarding the entrance of the medical facility. Moving down from the medical facility, we have the weaponry and armory here of the clone troopers, and I will now transform that just as before. And the armory is filled with clone troopers. You can see the Bad Batch unit, you can see a bunch of different 501st clone troopers. On the right you can see 3 troopers getting equipped, and behind them some guarding the room, and also here a clone officer with some regular clone troopers and a medic. We got Rekka here excited, he found some explosive. We got a clone pilot here transporting some stuff, and also Crosshair and Tech looking at the basic infantry unit stuff. Now we also got the right side of the base where we have to add some more details here in the main floor on the ground, which is the largest room of the base. And we also got the command center on top on the 2nd floor, which is basically finished. And also these 2 rooms are now finished with all the details. We got these 2 scanners here up front. As you can see, really simple design. And yeah, they scan everything that wants to enter in the base. That's like the idea. And I've also built a bunch of different designs here for the wall. And yeah, added just some more things to the room. And this also upgrades the wall and makes it more interesting. The base is building wise finished, so now we are moving on to the last section here, the outside of the base. Starting with the basic detailing of the ground, and as you can see, the left side is way more detailed now with these round bricks compared to the right side where you only have straight bricks. And now both sides are done, so we can work on the next step, which means plans. And now with the trees, the last section, the outside of the base, is also finished, which means we finally have the building progress of the base complete, and week 13 is in the books. It was a long journey, guys, but I think it was definitely worth it if I see these pictures right now. And I cannot wait to add minifigs to this amazing 501st Army base. I hope you enjoyed this weekly series just as I did. It really took way longer than just 13 weeks, but now it's finally finished and the project for 2023 comes to an end soon. Which means next up there will be a video where I showcase you all the minifigs and vehicle that will be in the final mock, and afterwards I show you the complete cinematic of this mock with all the minifigs and vehicles and also a battle scene, and after that I will upload a full building time lapse of this huge clone base. But nonetheless, guys, I hope you enjoyed this last building update and are hyped for the cinematic. Peace out. We see us in the next video for the Republic Smash Big Studios.